and breathe. The CAF Champions League returned this week, and it returned with all the action, drama, and suspense you could expect. And it's only half time. All four of the ties produced drama, all four of the ties produced big talking points off the pitch, but all four ties were pretty entertaining to watch in their own unique way, and will leave a lot to be desired and a lot to be completed heading into the second halves next week. Hi, I'm the Football Otaku, and welcome to my CAF Champions League quarterfinal first leg wrap. Thank you for all the support I've been getting in my last video. Of course, if you love the content, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, and enough talk. Let's get started. Starting with just as I thought it would be. Just as I thought it would be. It would be tight, it would be closely fought, and it would come down to certain moments and tactics. But let's get into the match in general. I mean, Sundowns, of course, came in with 6 changes after defeating Skokune to reach the semi-finals of the FA Cup. A match that went much longer than they wanted it to be. I mean, they played on Friday, and the game was literally a minute away from extra time before Jaden Adams got the winner. So for Sundowns, they're a team that, although had their starters back, they were a little bit leggy. For Esperance, on the other hand, they were pretty well rested and started with what was their best possible lineup. Now, Sundowns started the game better. I mean, they had a lot more of the ball, a lot more of the resources. I mean, the first 10 minutes, they had about 80% of possession, while Esperance had only had just about 15. They did create some early opportunities though, but with some free kicks, and you could see that the early tactic was to commit fouls where Sundowns couldn't hurt them. Give away free kicks in place that Sundowns weren't really strong at capitalizing, and that's why you could see, especially in the earlier parts of the game, there were some fouls, especially on Allende, on Tebogo Mokoena, where they took the free kick and it didn't really amount to much. Esperance did have one foray into the Sundowns area, but really a lot more should have been done. Jan Sassi was up against Suarez, and Mokoena, who had been calling for the ball. And if you watch the replay back, Mokoena is calling for the ball. He's been calling it for a good 10-15 seconds. Instead, Sassi chooses to go on his own. Suarez runs him wide, and Sassi sends the ball to Lord knows where, because it was a terrible shot, and that would be indicative of the bad day Esperance would have. I mean, Sundowns commanded a lot of the territory, but rather than go absolutely crazy like they did last year in terms of relentlessly attacking Esperance, Sundowns were a little bit more mature. They were a little bit more pragmatic, much more pragmatic than we expected them to be, and essentially played a knockout style game. They didn't really want to go too hard, too fast, didn't want to go overextend themselves and give Esperance a breathing chance or a breathing opportunity. So that was where Sundowns was sort of different from last year. And then just about the second half, the goal comes. I mean, Ribeiro Costa takes the ball from just inside Sundowns territory and plays an exquisite ball to find Jaden Adams. It's a ball that eliminates practically the whole team. I mean, Esperance had all 11 players on their half of the pitch. That one ball practically eliminated all of them. Adams, who squares it in for Peter Shalulile to score, and you couldn't say this was against a running play. I mean, everything pointed to a Sundowns goal, and this is a very big goal for them as well. Peter Shalulile scoring his 4th goal of the competition. He's become Sundowns' man for the big occasion in the Champions League. I mean, it was his goals against, well, not his goals, but his goal against Manyema Union that saved Sundowns' skin in the competition. It was his goal against FAR Rabat that technically saw the Brazilians through. I mean, it was a 1-0 goal, but they ended up drawing and going through anyway. And also, this broke a big duck for Sundowns. Sundowns had gone 4.5 games without scoring in the CAF Champions League knockout game, especially if you included last season's quarterfinal against Yanga and semi-finals against Esperance. The last man to score for them was, yep, you guessed it, Peter Shalulile in the 2023 semi-finals against Wydad Casablanca. So who else to get the goal for the Brazilians? Esperance, on the other hand, were not very good. Belaili was marked out of the game, doesn't really make much of an impact. And he really doesn't cover himself in glory. Jan Sassi as well, Rodriguez came in as well. None of them really made much of an impact and were pretty much marked out of the game. You could feel or warrant Sundowns for going for more goals, and I think that was probably the only problem that I had about this match was Sundowns weren't going for enough goals. They weren't really trying to pile on the goals like I expected them to. But I think this result will favor them. I mean, the second leg now will be an absolute test of patience. It'll be Esperance's patience, the patience of knowing our chances will come, knowing that it's only 1-0. We can only get better from here because this was a pretty poor performance. I mean, they didn't even have a shot on target, which is terrible. They'll know they'll be better at home. They'll know they'll have the opportunities at home, and they'll know in front of their own crowd that they will create goal-scoring chances and will level or even turn the tie over. But for Sundowns, they will have to be patient and disciplined as well. Patient as to wait out that Esperance pressure, knowing that chances will come. The longer this goes 0-0 in Tunis, the more Esperance are going to get desperate, the more spaces are going to appear, and the more chances for Sundowns, a team who've been very dangerous in transition this season, will find their chances to score. So it's only half time, and yes, Sundowns have the advantage, but it's going to be intriguing in the second leg, especially in that white-hot atmosphere of the Stade Olympique de Radez. It'll be very intriguing watching to see who goes through from there. This is by no means over. Meanwhile, in Cairo, Al Ahly, the defending champions, would take on the blue wave of Al Hilal, the tournament surprise package, in the first half of their quarterfinal, and they would have the strongest starts. Ben Sharki having a header saved by the goalkeeper after a very loose pass, after capitalizing from a very loose pass in their own half. But Al Ahly wouldn't be denied, as they would score in 4 minutes later. Again, they found a lot of joy on that right wing. A cross coming to the area, the Hilal players don't really deal with it very well, and Mohamed Hani with a first time volley straight into the back of the net. A sumptuous goal to give the defending champions the lead. That would be the only other meaningful moments of the first half, but Al Ahly would also create opportunities in the second half as well. They had a much stronger start and had much better of the play. Imam Mansour was fouled just outside the penalty area, and the subsequent free kick went just wide. But it's not that Al Hilal weren't behind for the lack of trying. I mean, they did have a golden opportunity of their own just after the 50th minute, where they had a chance. The ball goes into the area and the strike just flies over the bar. I mean, you have a lot of time and opportunity there. Just take the ball down and take a shot, but it seemed very rushed, and sadly that was Al Hilal's best opportunity at scoring an away goal. It would have been a crucial away goal to take back to Mauritania. It was a match that really was much closer than I expected. I mean, I wasn't expecting Al Ahly to necessarily blitz Al Hilal, but Al Ahly seemed pretty wasteful in this match. They had, of course, a lot more ball and opportunities, but didn't really take those opportunities. It could have finished a lot more than just 1-0. But, I mean, they will cherish the result, of course. It's a well-worked victory. And the Al Ahly players seemed to complain to the ref, claiming that they were unfair or that the ref was not fair, which for me is a bit of a cop-out. I mean, yeah, there probably were some calls that went their way, but I mean, it's a bit of a cop-out and a bit of a really crying about that. But I mean, it's neither here nor there. It'll be Al Ahly who will be carrying the advantage to Mauritania, and they will know that if they can get a goal, an away goal, that will probably be the end of the tie, and that probably will end the tie as a contest. But Al Hilal at home in Mauritania, and I'm not going to say in front of their fans, but definitely are going to feel a lot more comfortable, will definitely fancy their chances. I felt they should have gotten an away goal. If they got that away goal, there'd definitely be more in it. But Getting 1-0 behind, I feel that they will fancy their chances, especially at home. So one's not over yet, but it went just as well as I predicted it would go. Well, didn't see that one coming. I mean, what a fantastic performance from Pyramids. I mean, for a team that I questioned their experience, or at least questioned their validity to be here, questioned the competitiveness of being here, they sure answered those questions and answered them real well by punishing FAR Rabat. I mean, the first goal is a terrible defensive mistake, playing it out from the back, losing it in a very dangerous area, and a few passes later, next thing you know, Fiston Mayele is in and the ball's in the back of the net. The Congolese would double his money just a few minutes later. Ibrahim Adal tearing down the right flank, again off an FAR mistake. And what I love about it, and I don't know if you guys have caught this, but he's literally motioning and calling Fiston to get to the area where he wants to cross it in, to get to the area, to find that area. And he found that area right there, found Fiston, and then into the back of the net for 2-0. 2-0 inside 10 minutes from someone who I really hyped up and I really had earmarked as a man to watch, and he was truly living up to the billing. I mean, this was the game for him in the Champions League. I mean, this was the game that really announced his arrival. The third goal, again, FAR were busted playing at the back, not dealing with their lines properly, and Ibrahim Adal would get in on the act to score a third goal and put the match in, maybe even the tie beyond FAR Rabat. They would pull one back just before half time to make it 3-1. I mean, a crucial away goal for whatever it's worth, but then Pyramids would add an exclamation point as again Ibrahim Adal, that man again, who really was the man of the match, would slalom his way through the Pyramids defense, through the FAR defense, and would slot it past the goalkeeper for 4-1. A fantastic result for the team from Egypt, and they will go to Morocco with a comfortable advantage. For FAR, it's all to do. They're going to need 3 goals to stop Pyramids from scoring, and that is not going to be an easy task. I mean, that is definitely a match where Pyramids stamped their flag on the CAF Champions League mast and really showed the rest of the continent we are not the mega rich weaklings you think we are. They're going to be a team to look out for when they get past this quarterfinal, because I don't see FAR turning this one around. I mean, they've turned a believer out of me. There are very few things in football more fearsome than a team with big game temperament. I mean, big game temperament gets you through so much sometimes in this continent. Sometimes it's the defining factor of what wins you the Champions League in this continent. And I would definitely say Orlando Pirates had that in spades. They visited MCA Alger, visited a raucous atmosphere, definitely not one that this team is used to. Like I've said on numerous occasions, this is the first time they're playing Champions League together. It's the first time they're playing in that kind of atmosphere, in this kind of game. And Orlando Pirates, especially this Jose Rivero era Pirates, one thing that has been the staple has been their big game temperament, which explains why they're such a great cup side. I mean, they weathered the pressure early on from MC Alger, Bangura with an early effort as well, and also a golden effort in the 23rd minute, which was finally saved by Sipho Chine, who yet again put in a strong performance in Africa. He really is starting to grow into those gloves. And in a game where Mofokeng really was marked out, he was pretty quiet. Yes, he had time on the ball and had some positive forward runs, but he wasn't as impactful or influential as he is in a lot of the other games, especially in the group stage. I mean, Mamelodi Club did a pretty good job doing a number on him, and they were pretty much the dominant side. I mean, they were much more dominant than I expected them to be, and were much more creative than I thought they would be. They did cause a lot of havoc with those set pieces and corners, but they seemed well enough dealt by Seaport China and a lot of the Pirates defense. Heading into the break at 0-0, you would have felt that Pirates would get an opportunity of their own, and it really started to grow into their own as the match progressed. There was then a change at which Mohamed Kota came in, and talk about an instant impact. A ball from Mofokeng, again, a player who wasn't really that influential, was essentially marked out of the game, created one assist, and Kota was in, and he slots in yet again to score at the July 5th stadium. I mean, that's his third goal of the competition, and all three have come at that stadium away to Algerian clubs. I mean, it was his double that sunk CR Belouizdad, and it would be his goal that would give Pirates the vital away goal against MC Alger. MC Alger would have an opportunity in the second half, a header going just wide, and then they would actually put the ball in the back of the net, but the foul would be called back for a foul on China heading towards the goal. MC, they did also have one last opportunity as well, where they were in on goal, but through a second ball off a corner, but China would get in front and would deal with it, and that would be the game. Orlando Pirates scoring a crucial away win in Algeria, and this only just rises the stock of this Pirates team. I mean, they have been, like I said in my preview, Pirates have just thrived in these cup situations, these all or nothing cup games. I mean, they show that big match temperament again, that level of maturity of being able to being strong, being able to create opportunities when they can, and also to stifle the opposition as much as they could. They weren't all the way perfect. I feel that MC Alger will definitely feel they had opportunities, especially in the more critical moments, to see the game out, or to get that winning goal, to get the goal that would get them level, but they just couldn't get those opportunities and over the line. And for Pirates, that would mean that they will take a crucial away goal lead home to Orlando. And I feel that Pirates will be a much different side and a much more dangerous side when they come home. I mean, they'll be playing at altitude, something the North Africans definitely don't like. They'll be playing at altitude. They'll be playing at especially in possibly could be heat, and they'll definitely will not enjoy the atmosphere at Orlando. And I feel for Pirates, the goal will just be to see the game out. I feel that MC Alger will be incredibly desperate. They'll need the away goal to level the tie, and I feel that for Pirates, they can pick off that desperation, be that expansive side they were in the groups, especially at home. I mean, Pirates were much different in this match, but because they were away from home in a big match like this, but coming home, they'll be the same entertaining Pirates that they've been for throughout the competition, and there I feel that will be a team I feel MC Alger will definitely struggle, or will have to work hard to overcome. So a big win for Pirates. And also a nice little fun fact, Orlando Pirates have now tied the record for the most away wins in a CAF Champions League campaign, including qualifiers. This was their fourth away win, including qualifying wins in the Champions League. And the other two teams who achieved 4 wins were Etoile du Sahel in 2007 and Wydad Casablanca in 2022. And a bit of a good omen for the Buccaneers is those two teams won the Champions League in those specific years, Etoile in 2007 and Wydad in 2022. Could it be Pirates' time in 2025? And that's it. And that is my wrap of the quarterfinal first legs of the CAF Champions League. It's been absolutely great watching all 4 of those ties. If you stayed through to the end, you're an absolute warrior. If you like the content, you know what to do, to like, share, subscribe, and also engage in the comments. What was your tie of the round? What was your goal of the round? What was your moment of the round? And what do you think will happen in the second legs? And do you think any of the teams will come back, or will we be seeing the semi-finals being essentially South Africa versus Egypt? I mean, it's been a great weekend for South Africa and been a great week for Egypt as well in Africa, and they will be the ones who will be heading into the favorites tags into the second legs. But what do you think will happen? As you know, it's been your boy the Football Otaku, and remember, real football always wins. Check you on the flip side. Bye.